Hey guys, so I want to talk about something truly disgusting. Supremacy with miHoYo. So, so, um, so I wanted to see, as of right now, all the characters that are available and the maybe one or two that'll be available soon enough, like Kazua, however you want to pronounce it. He's coming right after the Klee banner. Klee banner is in a couple days, so he's coming after that. Ayaka, who knows? She might be coming with Inazuma. We don't know. But I wanted to go through and see how many of each element there was. And we can see that there is definitely some supremacy here. So I didn't count the Traveler in any because they're adaptable. They can go to Animo, they can go to Geo. Once Inazuma comes out, we can go to Electro. So I don't you don't add them because they can become all of it. So I went through. So we have four Geo, we have Albedo, we have Zhongli, we have Noel, and we have Ningguang. So four Animo, four Geo. Animo, we have Zhao, we have Sucrose, we have um, Kazua, and we have Jean. Like I said, even though we start out as Animo with the Traveler, they're adaptable. They can take on whatever element is in that country or that land or whatever. Hydro, Barbara, Mona, Quang Chi, and Child. Electro, yeah, they're right here. For them, I kind of forget which ones. You got Beto. You have let's see, Beto, Fischl, Kaching, Lisa, Razor. So five Electro, and then Cryo, a whole bunch of Cryo, a whole lot of Pyro, and zero Dendro. Now we've got Baiju, who is going to possibly be a playable character in the future, but as of right now, we have zero Dendro. So we've got Kazuha right here. And like I said, he goes with it. Ayaka, we don't know when she's coming, but she's cryo. People who are in beta were able to get her. I think they had to either buy her or whatever the case may be when the beta was out. And people who are still beta testing the game still have her. But we don't know when she's coming out. But just the fact that they seem to be so focused on cryo and pyro, it's kind of concerning. Uh, we have Eula right now, and then in the last banner we had Rosaria. We had two cryos in a row. Why do we need two cryos in a row? They buffed Geo. When are they gonna say, I don't know, buff Electro or buff Animo? You know, why do they keep focusing on certain ones? When are they gonna finally release Dendro? I mean, I've said before, I cannot wait for Dendro. I cannot wait to see what kind of elemental reactions you can make with Dendro. Like that'll be so much fun. It'll entirely just change the way you play the game. I think having an entirely new element to add into the mix. I mean, what kind of elemental reactions will you be able to make with it? I cannot wait to see. Um, I hope they're elaborate. I mean, I certainly hope that in addition to the normal things like possibly healing, put little flowers out, circle of flowers or something that kind of heals you, kind of like a World of Warcraft thing. Um, but definitely want. I mean, I just want trees to start falling out of the sky, you know, instead of like Zhongli having a giant meteor come from the sky. I want fucking trees to just like rain down, or almost like a Naruto Hashirama kind of thing, the um the wood style and the forest thing that he does, how he makes an entire forest. I would love to see that. But not like in a sense where it stays there. It just kind of sprouts up, um, and just kind of does massive damage. Uh, probably equal to the giant meteor of death that Zhongli has. So it's not going to be like a one-hit KO kind of thing, unless you're up high enough. And it should probably be based on, I don't know, what would it be based on? Because certain stats will cause your elemental things to do more damage. So if it's Dendro, and if it's summoning a giant forest, I don't know, maybe Elemental Mastery, because that's just pure elemental damage right there. But then again, I think Elemental Mastery also does has to do with your reactions, stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, I hope to see some, typical Dendro stuff like vines, stuff like that. I mean, if you see it like in Pokemon, I think that would go pretty well in Genshin. Like a Leech Seed kind of thing, or Vine Whip, or like Solar Beam type thing. I mean, any one of those would fit perfectly into this kind of world. Um, but yeah, Cryo and Pyro, eight, eight for each. That's more the amount of all these three, way more than Dendro. It's like, why are they so focused on Cryo and Pyro? And I mean, it's we also have a bunch of people who haven't been released yet, but are possibly going to be released. Like Scaramouche is probably going to be another one that's going to be soon. Um, Lynette and Liney, they're like a 2-for-1 deal. It looks like they're like a magician and assistant type thing. Yao Yao is Dendro, I think. Um, Yay over here, which I think that's her name in Honkai Impact, but uh, Sino, Alice, Alice is oh my god, wow, Klee, that's her mom. Alice is Klee's mama, so we'll be seeing her hopefully as a playable character. And then there's some that are not playable just yet, but hopefully are. Vanessa, the hero of Mondstadt. Uh, but there are some that we hope to see. But as of right now, yeah, well, Baiju is Dendro, Signora is Cryo, and everyone else is just kind of like up in the air. I don't know. I think Scaramouche might be Hydro. He's either Hydro or Pyro. I don't know. That's just a feeling I get. And then Dainsleif is just Dainsleif. He, he like uses darkness or something. But yeah, just the total cryo and pyro supremacy that we have in the game currently. It's it's a little a little overboard. Um, like I said, we just had cryo with the previous banner. We've got cryo again. We get another Animo sword user in the form of Kazua. Like I said, even though you're not counting the Traveler, the fact is, regardless of whether they're Animo or whatever, they're a sword user. We already have Jean. We already have the Traveler. Why can't we get, I don't know, a Claymore user? We have a bow user in the form of Venti. We have a polearm user in the form of Shao. Why can't we get an Animo Claymore user? Why do we have to get another sword? So they need to learn how to distribute and kind of break things up a little bit. So that's like saying, oh yeah, you guys are going to get another, I don't know, pyro user, but it's going to be a bow user. It's like, oh boy, another amber. Why not give us something that we don't have yet? But then again, I think pyro. Let's see, pyro. We've got Amber, who is a bow user. We have Bennett, who is a sword user. We have D-Luke, who is a claymore user. We have Hu Tao, who is a polearm user. We have Klee and Yanfei, who are catalyst users. Jiangling, who is pole arm. Claymore for Xinyan. Like I said, Yanfei is yeah catalyst. So I mean, and they say what they're right here. Um, Same thing with Cryo. I think we have everything for Cryo. Let's see. Cryo, Claymore, Bow, Claymore, Bow, Sword, Sword, Polearm. Do we not have a Cryo Catalyst? Huh. I thought we had one. And then when Ayaka comes out, she's Cryo Sword. Interesting, we don't have a Cryo Catalyst user. Hmm. Like I said, for Animo, uh, oh wait, let's see. Geo, we've got Sword with Albedo. We have Ningguang, who's a Catalyst user. We have um, Zhongli, who is a polearm user. So we just need some. Oh, and Noel, who is a Claymore. So that pretty much represents all of them, right? Uh, really? No Catalyst Cryo? It's interesting. Hmm, fancy that. Um, yeah, for Animo, we've got, let's see, Animo. Where does it start? Jean, who's a sword. Kazua, who's a sword. Um, Sucrose, Catalyst. Xiao, who's a polearm. Fenty, who's a bow. So I think we just need a Animo Claymore user. Um, Same thing with Hydro. Let's see. Go back to the top. We got Barbara, who's a Hydro Catalyst. We've got um, Mona, who's a Hydro Catalyst. We've got Hydro Bow for a child. Hydro and Sword for Huang Qi, King Qi, Queen Qi. So do we not have an Anima or a Hydro Claymore? Not right now. So pretty much the only ones that are fully represented is a very small amount. That's crazy. We really don't have a cryo catalyst or a hydro claymore. No. And I mean, we don't know obviously if any of these characters are going to be of said combinations, but hopefully they are, because I would like to see, like I said, a Hydro Claymore. In fact, I would love to see more people like Child, who can like different stances. He normally is a bow user, but then he has his stance where he like takes like fucking water blades and he can do melee. Like water swords. So I would love to see where you can switch, and actually equip both a bow and a sword, or a bow and a catalyst, or a catalyst and a sword. I would love to see you be able to swap in and out of two different play styles with certain characters. Now, obviously, I don't want them to go back and redo that for everyone, but just in the future, just more characters who are kind of like Child, where they can flip, but not with such a freaking long cooldown, because you switch into the melee stance, and that thing takes like a minute to freaking cool down, and it's it just makes it annoying. So, but I would love to see a combination, and then we have Lionel, Liney, and Lynette. Apparently they're like like I said, 2-for-1 deal. So I would love to see how that works. Is it going to be like an Ice Climbers kind of thing, where you have one that you're controlling and the other one kind of just supports? Are you able to switch between the two? I mean, are they both the same element? Are they going to be separate elements? And if so, if you're able to switch in and out, that'd be really cool because that'd be really great elemental reaction wise. So you say you have one that's pyro and you have one that's electro, you can cause overload right there just from these two switching in and out. So I think there could be a lot of cool dynamics going on with those characters if that's how they work. If they're two separate characters but they're as one unit, like I said, with like ice climbers or something like that. But yeah, it was. I would love that. Like I said, I would love to see that kind of stuff. Um, just more options when it comes to play style, um, characters that you can equip more than one item, like more than one weapon. Like I said, if they're like child, you should be able to equip a sword onto him, and that may help increase the attack strength and the power of your melee stance. Um, so I think that could really cause some really cool interactions and dynamics in the future. Like I said, the Liney Lynette, having them two characters together, so like they're on the field together when you switch into them. They're on the field together and you can kind of switch between them possibly, or maybe one does the work and the other just kind of supports. So I would really like to see what kind of interactions they could have. Um, but come on, miHoYo, we've gotta we've gotta change this. I mean, enough with the cryo already. Enough with the pyro. Please give us Dendro, and let's get these numbers up a little higher for Geo, Animo, and Hydro. I mean, Electro, just buff them. I play mainly. You guys have seen my team. Kaching is actually really good. Um, not not just because of her main elemental, where she shoots the thing out and kind of teleports up to it, but her burst has a pretty wide range. I mean, you see that thing from the outside, that circle just like woof around her, and you're like, you guys better start running. So just buff Electro. I mean, I think Electro is probably one of the weakest in the game. Um, you have Venti, who is a fucking god, and not just a literal god, but he is so overpowered sometimes. Um, his elemental burst, how it just gathers everything up, it is so good. He is such a viable character. Geo, same thing with Geo. You have Zhongli, you're not going to get hit. You know, the cooldown on the shield is good enough to where by the time your shield finally breaks, you're able to pop up another shield. Um, Animo, I already talked about Hydro. Child is really good. Jiangqui, Jingchu, whatever his fucking name is, he's really good. Um, Electro, Official is really good when you get Oz to a certain extent. When you buff him, like if you get I don't remember what constellation number it is, but because pretty much Oz is going to be doing most of the work when he's on the field. Uh, but Cryo Ganyu, C6 Ganyu is fucking god. Um, Pyro, D-Luke is by far one of the strongest Pyro users in the game. Yanfei is actually really good if you want to use her as a main DPS. She can do it. I mean, I'm building my my Yanfei. She's fucking strong. She is really strong. Um, and of course Dendro, we got nothing. I think did I put Daedro? Dendro. I can't believe I just now noticed that. But yeah, I just you can do better, miHoYo. Show other elements some support and love, and hopefully they listen to people. And because, like I said, I would love to see other dynamics being introduced of being able to equip multiple weapons. I would love to see in addition to artifacts and weapons, I would love to see slot pieces for armor. Maybe somehow that's a way to introduce transmog. Um, I would love to have my character look different than everyone else's character. Because you're all running around. Because it's not like when you're in domains where you have to pick a separate character. No, when you're out in the world, you can have 4 Zhonglis running around. You can have 4 Ventis running around. And I would love to look different than the other Zhonglis. I want to look different than the other Ventis. So having some kind of actual transmog system now, introducing skins, that's great. But how long is it going to take to introduce skins for all the characters? So having some kind of transmog, we've already got artifacts, um, crowns and this and that. So, I would love to see a system introduced where they have a, you know, clothing type thing like every other gotcha game, for the most part. I mean, not all of them do it, but considering this is more of a legit, straight up game rather than a gotcha game, I would love to see that kind of stuff implemented. Um, but yeah, I'm done ranting. It's been 20 minutes. That's that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.